Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello.
to, and this is just, I messaged everyone the other night and said, I think we need to jump on and chat about this. Um, I can't, I blame Kelly from Myers and the Mouse because he talked about this on Saturday and this is Wednesday. And yesterday or Monday, I think the prices went up. And I'm like, what the heck, Kelly? What did you do to us? He spoke it into existence. So I put all the blame on Kelly.
Yes, let's blame him. Well, I wish I would have known because our annual passes expired on the 17th of
Yeah.
February. So I wish I had renewed them a couple of days earlier. It would have saved us. I think for us, it's like $20. It went up $20, the gold pass for Florida
Florida
residents.
Rose. Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think you get a 15% discount for
Renewing early
renewing. So
within that 30-day time period.
yeah,
Yeah.
so what's the 15% of 20? So it's like $19. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we've got a clan over here. Welcome in Samuel Hall, Jacqueline. I can never pronounce your name and I don't try. Stevie Lee, Jonathan Chong, Jeff Orangebird, Spencer Moore, Lady Jamers, Monarch Moments. Welcome, Rachel. Rachel, and then you're another last name I'm not gonna butcher. Welcome in, everyone. So Monday, everything kind of went in an uproar. And Jeff says, Angela looks straight out of the 50s in those glasses. Well, Jeff, you're the one that has to live with her, so I maybe keep one eye open tonight.
Yeah, they're in style right now. No?
Right? It's very much in style.
He hates when I say that. No?
They are in style. Welcome in, Noah. So I just I can't believe it. It's only beginning of February, and Disney's Pam Spam's here. I can't believe Disney's already doing a price hike. Typically, this doesn't happen until later in the spring.
Right. Because
And
usually I have a chance to renew my passes before it hits me. So
right,
our renewal is in February. And every year we renew them. And then no sooner do we renew them, the price goes up. So we never really get affected by it until the next year. Well, this year we got hit. So before I had a chance to renew them. So,
Jeff, one eye open. One eye open, dude.
yes, thank you.
Tanya, welcome in. Marguerite, welcome in. Zach, hello. Sam likes your glasses.
Thank you. They have blue block, like they block the blue rays from the rays from the computer too.
Computer. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not only did annual passes go up, but regular park tickets went up.
I didn't realize
And
that. How
and
much
a
did
lot of
those go up?
let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I had no idea. And I will tell you that they did not notify even travel agents that prices were going up. I had
Right.
no idea. It just happened. Let's see. I'm
I think,
scrolling
well,
through.
obviously they don't want to give us any warning so that we don't go out and buy them.
Right.
They want you to pay the higher price. That just
Yep.
really, I know I was really nervous about it when you first told me, but at least I was happy that the gold, only went up $20, but still.
And I forgot that you qualify as a Florida resident. So
Now,
I'm
go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I read that the Florida resident rate for the platinum passes did not change.
That is correct.
So,
I'm trying to flip through. Disney Food Blog had all the price breakdowns, and so
oh, okay. Okay.
okay, here we go. So I was trying to find their website. Yes, they're a fellow. I think they work for a travel agency as well, but they have really good information. So
Who
the
is that?
Disneyland, Disney Food Blog.
Oh, yeah.
Disneyland one ticket, one day, one part ticket prices. Um, the current prices are now 104 on a low demand, $129 on a regular demand, and $150 for that. This was the previous pricing. And then they went up. They went to tiers now. They went from a low, regular, and peak demand. And now they're a 1-day, 1-park tier 1 for $104, a tier 2 for $114, a tier 3 for $124, a tier 4 for $139, and a tier 5 for $154.
Wow.
Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in.
Hey, Michael Riley.
Michael Riley. Rachel says, time to move to Florida. And Jeff says, I'm with Rachel. Time to move to Florida. And here are the reasons that the prices went up. Thank you, Kelly. I blame you.
I heard you blame me earlier.
I'm still picking glue off my hands. That was a train wreck. Train wreck. Train.
It was fine.
Oh my Lord, Betsy.
Ribbon everywhere.
That's no lie.
Here, get this. A 1-day park hopper at Disneyland, tier 5 is now $209.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
It's a park hopper.
Garrett. Where's Garrett? He's trying to convince us to come out there. I don't know now. Wow.
Yeah, we were planning a trip this year to go out there, but I'm not sure
Not
we
now.
are now. Now we still get a military discount, so the rate will still be cheaper than most, but still.
But more expensive than it is.
Wow.
Wow.
A 2-day park hopper went from $280 to $290 for Disneyland. A 5-day park hopper at Disneyland went from $395 to $415. There's
So-
only 2 parks.
Right. Well,
Wow.
okay.
So
I was trying to
hey,
see.
here's my
Michelle.
thing. They're concerned about the fact that they're bringing in less money and park attendance is down. I'm wondering why.
I don't know. I wonder if it's because people don't want to pay that much money.
Oh, no. How dare
mean-
you say such blasphemy?
Right?
Disney's going to come to your house now.
Great. Them and I'll have a little chat and I'll have them help me clean my craft room while they're at it.
Right?
Wow. That is crazy.
I don't it's a lot. It's big. And I'm just gonna say for the record, I fully expect them to have another price hike in October. I
Do you
really
think? Another
do. I
one?
really do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the fiscal year.
But people will pay it. That's the problem.
The problem
Yeah.
is people will pay it, but less people will pay it because they just are getting to the point where they're going to start outpricing the certain incomes. They're just going to outprice it, and so okay, that's great. Let's say okay, we'll pay it, but instead of coming for 6 days, now we're only going to come for 4.
4 days. Right.
Right.
So how are you helping park attendance and trying to get it up and draw in more money when you're telling people don't come as long?
Right.
It says I
Right.
still think it's a great deal. I'm probably in the minority.
I-
What's a great deal? What is a great deal?
What, the
Angela?
annual pass? That's not, I don't know what Jeff is saying. So
Yeah, you could kind of define what you
Yeah,
mean by
it-
that. Out.
And
Yeah,
yes,
it
Phil, that
did
was a new glue gun.
It made our local news here in Kansas, down in Wichita, KWCH. It made the news down there because I guess one of their employees had just come back, and they're like, "We can't believe that the prices went up," and
Get out.
Max,
Wow.
even Max service went from $15 a day per person to $20 a day per person. And guys,
I-
these are all Disneyland prices.
So I only think they brought it up because there's no other news down around there.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
there's
Something's
really
going on.
I don't know. The 5th grade class deciding to still go on a field trip today and flip their bus up near Emporia.
Saw that.
What?
Yeah, they had to transport
Oh, yeah.
17 kids to the hospital.
18.
what happened?
They decided driving in this winter storm we had today would be okay
coming
to
in?
take a
Grab a chair?
busload of kids to Kansas City
I can't
or to
On a
Topeka.
Here, I
trip.
can
Where are you?
I can
Topeka,
take this
Topeka.
out.
field trip.
Topeka, and they rolled the bus.
All right,
They're
hold on.
lucky-
Jeff
sorry.
is here to explain.
They're lucky
Can
no
you hear
kids
me?
got seriously injured in this. I was
Right.
hot to trot when I said it was a field
Nope.
trip about that.
So is Jeff here to
Uh-huh.
explain?
Jeff is going to defend
I'm going
something.
to explain.
He looks like he's 17 and
Gonna
he's trying to be
explain.
Vanilla
Nice
Ice.
All right, Lucy.
All right, I haven't
explain,
shaved
Lucy,
or bathed
explain.
in like 6 days.
He's gonna like.
That's the perk of working from
And you
home.
have 3 shirts on.
Really?
Smell me.
That's
No.
disgusting.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, it's been 2 days. Right?
Okay.
Ew, I can smell you from here.
Oh, come on. This is what I mean. It's still a good deal.
Okay.
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 Look, how much do you pay to go to a football game? How much you pay to go to
$8.
I don't. I turn it on TV. It's
Well,
a lot
no.
easier. It's
But
cheaper.
if you go to a sporting event or a concert, how much does that cost you?
It can cost
fun.
you very easily $150, $200 for good tickets, good seats.
Right. And that only lasts a couple hours, right?
Right.
True.
Right. You get a full day at a park, and if you buy an annual pass and you go 10 times a day, 10 times a year, just say 10 times a year,
Okay.
what does that equal per day, basically?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I
Yeah.
did you brush your teeth today?
Oh, you mean
Ah,
Wow. I just get that.
a lot of hating going on. Wow.
Sorry.
Woo,
Go
and
ahead.
it's even in the chat, guys. Some
Hi,
people in the
Stina.
chat think they can smell Jeff.
Cena's
Oh,
over here
come on.
going, what did I walk into?
So you have a point with the annual pass, but those are the people that are going to make multiple trips down and can afford to.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the pass. I'm not talking about the passes. I'm talking about the family that's been saving for 2 years to take their 3 kids and their spouse with them, 5 people.
Mhm. I understand that.
This is Kelly.
And not only that, here's the deal. You planned a day for that. Oh, wait, October, we're going to have another price hike. Oh, wait, next March, we're going to have another price hike. Oh, wait, and I'm not even there yet, and I'm still having to add to my budget to try to get there.
Right.
But I
Right.
understand all that. But I still think it's a great deal. I'm just saying.
Even
from
for a one park day ticket. For
well,
like a
no,
1 day
I'm not going to buy a 1 day ticket.
I'm talking about for the person that has to buy tickets. Most people buy
Well,
tickets.
Okay, if even if you have to buy a 1 day ticket, I still think it's a good deal.
Be right back.
I don't
For
know.
the
Oh.
entertainment level.
Did I scare everybody away? I'm going to go shower. Holy.
You're not chasing everybody away.
The smell is so bad.
Did you hear him?
I know. Everybody.
He's evil.
Oh my.
Anyway, so yeah, maybe for the length of time and the quality of entertainment, maybe it's still worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of didn't think about that.
Love you, Jeff.
No, I had to turn down the furnace.
you can get a 15 hours worth of entertainment, fireworks.
A little too much.
Shows.
I'd rather be too warm than freezing cold.
Hey, Lena, we can hear you.
You missed the mute button.
Hey, Lena.
So there is a lot of point to what you're saying. There is.
Girl.
It is entertainment on a grand scale.
Lena, you forgot to mute. We heard you the whole time.
Sorry.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I just heard you.
So is that so what is a 1 day park hopper now for Disney World?
1 day, one park per day is tier 1 is $159. A tier 5 is $209.
Okay, what are a tier? What are the tiers?
I have no idea what tiers are. They
Are
went
you
from
talking
being
Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
How about
Oh,
Disney
it's Disney
World?
World.
Disney World.
Disney World. Let me scroll down. Disney World.
You are so
And-
lucky that did not explode.
Depends on how you look at it.
Not a sponsor.
Let's see.
That is sponsored.
Not a sponsor.
Are we supposed to say that?
It doesn't. No. It says that for a 1 day park hopper, the difference is now, but it went from 60 to 65 per ticket, And for a 2 to 3 day ticket, it went from 70 to 75 per ticket. And for a 4 to 10 day ticket, it went from 80 to 85.
Wow.
So the
To add
new,
each day. For the new, yeah.
well, then how come California is twice that price for half the parks?
That's the main question. That's the question that everyone's always had.
That's ridiculous.
Is why is Disneyland so much more expensive?
Now,
Jeff, it looks like he wants to say something.
Yeah, did Michelle say, I thought she said something they were wanting to pay for Marvel Land. Is there a Marvel Land going into
They are.
Disneyland?
There's a lot of technology going into that as well.
But dadgum, that's
Garrett's
you don't raise the prices to pay for something. You pay for something, then you raise the prices to pay for what you pay for.
Right.
No, I understand that.
Do you want me to switch you places?
Why?
Because you're doing the whole.
I'm looking. Well, it's because you have me sitting on the floor practically.
Okay, Rachel says the tiers are based on crowd levels. So the way I read that is if in the morning there's really low crowds, it may be a tier level 1.
No,
But in the
time of year. So
The time of year. It's going to be Easter weekend will probably be like a tier 1.
Christmas and Easter and
Right.
Summer,
that makes sense.
Summer's higher, and then January, February are lower.
Right.
Yeah.
All those people out in California are loaded anyway. They can afford it.
Right.
Monarch Moment says California is expensive to live in.
Right.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So Rachel,
I
I
can't believe it.
It's a holiday weekend and it's a 5. Yeah. See, that's the same with like Disney Vacation Club. When you book your room, certain times of the year, it's more points.
More points.
It's more points, depending on the month and the week or whatever.
Airline flights are that way too.
Yes.
Think about getting a room. I don't know if you guys have actually gone through and just taken it week by week and checked your if you've ever done that. If you ever go into My Disney Experience or not, on a computer and change your week and just watch how the price of the room fluctuates up and down. And if you really look at it, it'll tell you, you'll see that those prices change based upon what's going on. The Disney run weekends, guess what? You're going to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
The holidays, you're going to pay a lot of money.
Right.
So the good thing, I think, on the other hand, that if Disney does, if they're going to be tiering this stuff, is going to be, for example, if you want to see Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, when's the best time probably to go?
August.
Right.
Right at the beginning. It's not sold out. It's going to be cheaper because the tickets get the closer to Halloween. Those extra
prices
party,
go up.
Yeah, the prices go up, as well as do the rooms, as well as everything goes up.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing where you can have some of that.
Hostess.
Our host,
she kicked herself out of her own stream.
It just turned into Dreaming with a Mouse.
So you've got that.
Where are you?
They give you kind of a wide berth there. That if you're going to plan it, you're not going to get to go on Halloween.
Thank you, Sam.
Unless you're going to pay a lot of money. Or you can go early, still have the experience, still have the magic, and pay less money. So I don't know. That's just my thought.
Right.
Well,
I'm just worried they're going to pop another one in October, and people are just going to go, "Come on, guys, you're starting to hurt us."
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you think it's a form of crowd control?
I thought about that, Jeff. I mean, that's kind of gone through my head. Where is this how they're thinking? They're maybe going to increase the experience and lower the amount of people in the parks.
I feel you, girl.
But they talk about how crowd levels of the parks are already lower than what they have been.
They
especially Disneyland.
What they thought it would be.
So if they're trying to control it that way, I don't.
Not a smart move.
Phantasmic Chronicles says, why punish the out-of-state traveler who will not use that pass nearly as much as a resident? They should have spread the increase across all levels. I have to kind of agree. They did give a break to the Florida residents. They didn't have an increase on their top 2 annual passes.
Right.
Dances with Goofy said they're also dealing with loss from Shanghai and Hong Kong, and probably attendance will be dropping a bit from that in the parks
Ooh,
that are still opening.
True.
good point.
I have to the timing for the price increase and the closures for those parks is very convenient.
Yeah, I agree.
But am I correct that Disney gets a minimal amount of profit off of one of those parks, don't they? Doesn't all
No,
that profit?
that's Tokyo.
One of those, is it Tokyo? I'm thinking. Okay,
It's
that's what I'm
Tokyo.
thinking. I was gonna say one of the parks
No, they
is
get
like
all the profit.
theirs, and they get just a little bit.
That's Tokyo and Tokyo Sea.
Okay.
They get all the profits from Shanghai and Hong Kong, so
Okay.
that's a huge hit. Plus, they're really limiting the amount of merchandise that they are allowed to be shipped in from China, Hong Kong over there. So they're gonna. So some of this like merchandise is it's when it's gone until this whole thing is kind of settled.
Right.
Lady,
Yeah, go ahead.
Lady Jamers asked, my question is, does the annual pass go from January to December, or if you get it, say in April, it will end in March? Yes.
Right.
It's a running year.
And that is and it's from the time that you go into the park for the first time with that annual pass. So like mine, I bought it on January 26th, but I didn't go into the park until December 26th, but I didn't get into the park until the 27th. My pass is good until December 26th of this year. It's one calendar year from the first date of entry.
Right.
With that pass.
Yeah. Or you could be like me and they messed up and they gave you 3 extra months.
Well, isn't Jeff special?
I don't know what happened with yours.
Like mine's different from all theirs now, because when I renewed mine.
So here's the thing. He renewed it in February like the rest of us, but you didn't actually go until May, and they activated it from May, even though when you do a renewal, it's supposed to kick in from
They always liked you better, Jeff.
Yeah.
They felt something about it.
Maybe you can take a shower.
It was the white. It was the white disco suit and the hair. That's what it was.
Dance with the Goofy says Thailand is starting to get hit hard. Their income is very resilient on tourism, and they're second in the illnesses at the moment.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Oh, Thailand is I didn't realize that.
Didn't they closed one of the Disney parks because of the?
They closed 2 of them.
Two of them. Wow.
Shanghai and Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Yeah.
Is it still closed?
Yes, it's closed until further notice.
This is why we tell Dana with Touring the Galaxy not to lick the globe.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah.
Dana doesn't come into my streams. I'm not as cool as you are, Mama Mouse.
But you are.
So
cooler than me.
Sam got lucky too because he just got an upgrade. Y'all got lucky. I saw that and I was like, oh, because we are literally like just a few weeks from buying our annual passes.
It already went up.
Kelly, take off the hat. You look better without the hat.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Crisscross will make you jump.
They're trying to be vanilla. They're vanilla ice wannabes.
Crisscross.
Ice, baby.
Great.
Kelly's got that move.
Kelly.
Cool. Thanks. I was thinking it would be more cost effective to get a pass than just do the vacation. It just depends on time frame. It's just kind of like when you're looking at buying just regular straight tickets. The more days you add, the cheaper the ticket goes. It's kind of the same way with the annual pass. And now if you plan on spending 10 or more days, you're probably going to get your money's worth out of it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Tony with Phantasmic Chronicles just said Disney is predicting a loss of 270 million just from Shanghai. Yeah, that is why our tickets went up.
Wow.
Yep. No doubt.
That is 100% why our tickets went up.
That means that the Tron roller coaster is just sitting there wasting away.
Well, here's the thing, though. Unless they see a drop in U.S. parks, those prices will stay. They will not
Exactly.
go back up.
Exactly. And so it's kind of one of those things where you talk with your wallet.
Much better. Wait, I got to fluff up your butt hair.
Don't touch my butt.
Stuff at the butt hair.
Don't touch my butt.
Oh, see you, Monarch Moments. Have a good night.
It's almost Valentine's Day. Come on, no fighting.
Yeah. Aw. Whoa, what a lot.
Okay, so that's just my thought.
People are supposed to take you seriously with a duck on your head. A duck butt at that.
Leave my duck butt alone. So
you know what a duck is, right?
It's a
water chicken.
Water chicken.
Water chicken.
All right, so
That's okay. A penguin is a fancy chicken according to Alice in Wonderland.
A what?
Oh, a
Fancy
fancy
chicken.
chicken. Fancy chicken.
Fancy chicken.
Sam
if,
says Kelly is Captain Duck Butt.
dun, dun, dun.
That's gonna stick.
That's gonna stick. It will.
I have to make Kelly a shirt now that says Captain Duck Butt.
So
Yes, please.
let me out. The
What are you doing?
I told you it's one of those. It's
my
been
God.
a week. It's just been crazy. I need a little bit of humor in my life. We lost an associate this year, or an employee this week,
What, he
and
passed?
he got sick. Yeah, he passed
He
away, and he
Oh,
was
wow.
somebody that I knew for many years, and it's just been a very emotional, been a very hard week. So
Aw.
humor.
So sorry, Kelly.
helps.
So sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much. He was a great guy. So we hate the fact that he got sick and lost him, and actually almost to the day of losing another employee of the same illness, which is really kind of scary.
Oh wow.
Yeah, almost to the day. He just started embracing it. It stays. So I get probably why they did this. It was probably a multiple fold. They probably looked at the fact that they were disappointed in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opening. It didn't get the rave attendance that they were expecting. Rise of Resistance, it was
Keeps
better,
breaking down.
but it keeps breaking down. They're having trouble with it. So
The
they're having,
Skyliner incident.
there's just this stuff's going on, and so they're having to kind of pull back and make up some of that money. And now we have this going on, and the illness and closing the parks.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. I have to side. Oh, this sounds horrible. I'm not siding with Disney, but on the other hand, I am
At least
understanding a little bit more of why they may be doing it at this time. There's so much going on. They're already cutting staff. We've already seen they're cutting staff at Galaxy's Edge a little bit. They've
Oh,
cut
they
some
are?
of the shows. They cut the Muppet Show for a while. They did the Muppets in
Great
All
moments in
American.
American history.
Yeah, great moments in American history. They've kind of cut some of those things, and I don't know if this is their
Mike Wheeler.
their ability to bring it back. I don't know. We're gonna have to see if they continue to cut after these. You got to ask yourself,
Lena just saw it.
Captain Duck Butt,
But Captain Duck Butt, Captain Duck Butt, Captain Duck
Captain
Butt.
Butt.
Yeah.
Okay. Main Street
Just
Moments
wrong.
and beyond. What's going on, Main Street Moments?
Wait, I was
Welcome.
going to say, hats off to Disney though for closing the parks because they didn't have to.
Hats off.
They took a serious financial hit just to keep.
To do the
It's
right
safe.
thing. You got to give
Correct.
them credit.
Yep.
It was not about profit. It was about safety at that point. You do
Correct.
have to give them credit for that. Hi,
Oh my
Cargo.
Cargo.
Hey,
Oh,
girl.
Hello.
My trash stream was
And
a
I've
hot
got
mess.
cargo ears on.
Look at that.
Oh, you do have cargo ears on.
Okay, so I feel a little bit better about it, talking it through a little bit, I think. But I still am frustrated because I still have to rebudget, replan.
Hi,
I've got
Amy.
some numbers I want to throw at you. Just, throwing these out there. Universal and SeaWorld are just sitting back and going, there's a lot of really ticked off people at the moment. a universal seasonal pass. It does still have some blockout dates. You can't go to the concert, but if this is the lowest annual pass you can get, it's $305 for a non-Florida resident. SeaWorld has annual passes as well, and they have a bronze pass. It's 12 months with blackout dates, but it includes all of their popular events, their Seven Seas Food Festival, Halloween Spectacular, their Christmas celebration. You get half off of parking, and it's $135 for a year. People can buy a SeaWorld annual pass and a low-valued Universal pass. No, there's not as much to do, but it's only about a quarter of what the Premier Pass is. Kelly.
Two things. Who's going to go to Universal for 10 days?
You have a lot of people from the UK that actually they like going to Universal better than Disney.
Mm-hmm.
10 days? What are you going to do for 10 days?
You don't have to go, you don't have to go from rope drop to park close because there's not that many people there.
How much was the Universal Pass? And is there a limit on days you can go?
Yeah, the lowest one that has blockout dates is $305. Then they have what's called the Power Pass, which is $355 that also has blackout dates. Their preferred pass is $395 and it has no blackout dates. And their Premier Pass is $560.
Wow.
And it has no blackout dates.
Huh, that's interesting. That's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, but they don't have the mouse.
Yeah, but I know, but some people that like to go to like Harry Potter World, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
It is. It's very cool. To me, it's worth it.
Has that Disney doesn't is you can actually add a preferred or Premier Pass to your package, and you can pay it off with your vacation package.
Okay, so does anybody in chat make 2 or 3 trips to Universal in a year?
We want to know. Or SeaWorld.
We just want to know. Or SeaWorld. Now, I know there's some people that will go to Disney for like 5 days and then do 2 days at Universal and then do a day at SeaWorld. I do know there are some people that do that, but I don't know anybody.
Mike Wheeler, I will bite him. Just letting you know. Mike Wheeler says, Sam, we need a Lena tickle. I will bite him or I will start throwing axes because I'm actually pretty good at that.
What about Legoland?
What about Legoland?
I want to go to Legoland.
All right.
The Legoland we have here in Kansas City is ridiculous.
And the kids aren't allowed at the one in Kansas City.
Spencer Moore says, I bought a Universal Pass and never used it. Kelly's right. It's a one-day park. AJC Magic Amy says, I agree, Kelly, 2 days at the most. It's don't get me wrong. Universal is an amazing park. It's just a different kind of park. It's just different.
Yeah.
Okay. The brick pass for Legoland is $120
for a year.
For a year.
Wow.
The Awesomer pass is $170, and the Awesomest pass is $199.
So how often?
In? I am so in on that.
To where?
Right, Legoland.
Heck no.
Legos are cool.
Out here.
I could build Legos all day. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna get a shower and shave because I
Please
feel
do.
ridiculous.
We can smell you.
Go right ahead.
Don't kill my friend.
That's awesome.
Oh my.
Bill says I've been 3 times in 30 years.
No, and I mean everybody vacations differently, and that's just the thing. There are some people that they won't go to Disney because they feel that it's too kiddie, or they won't go to Universal. They'd rather be at Disney because of the value. I think it just depends on how people vacation. But I really do think that with all these price hikes, people are going to be taking a look at what else Orlando and other travel destinations have to offer.
Right.
Cargo says that she has never been to the dark, shadowy place beyond the kingdom.
Well, Sam and I figured that between the 2 weeks, flights, food, and souvenirs, we spent close to $20,000.
Sure.
How much?
Close to 20,000.
That's how much you spent at Christmas time?
For the 2 weeks. And so we could have went on any other trip for probably a half of the cost.
Wow.
And Sam and I have already probably said that this is probably the only year for a while that I'll have an annual pass, because I had so many other things that I kind of wanted to do. Like we had the 5K and things, that we were going to do. But I probably won't have a Disney annual pass after this year.
I will tell you, the more you go to Disney, the more you learn, the less money you will spend.
Agreed. But we ended up doing, like, one morning we were on the bus and we were heading to Hollywood Studios, and Sam goes, "Hey, I found a Cape May Cafe character breakfast. Oh, we've never done that. Let's go." Well, there's another $100 and some odd in food,
Yep.
So
We've done a
impulse thing,
family.
too.
We've done a family of 5 for 10 days for under 10,000, and had
Nice.
3 character breakfasts
For 2 weeks.
for 10 days.
10 days.
Okay.
10 days.
We also figured our flights in there too, and we flew first class, and so we paid almost $3,000 for our flights.
Wow.
We drove.
It was
Not
also
that time.
Not that time.
Not that time. We flew.
Wow.
Peeps are gross. Stevie Lee
I
says.
love Peeps.
Why are we talking about Peeps?
I
I don't know,
know.
but they're delicious.
Cargo says,
You are
then there's me
garbage.
going
Mama,
for
we
6
need to
nights
teach
with
you
no parts
better
on my neck.
foods.
One, because I want to hang with my peeps.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Like Peeps. Why the heck are we talking about the grossest Easter candy ever?
And I will tell you, the people that we've met in this community,
They're awesome.
I had popcorn stuck in my teeth.
we know. The fact that we can go to Disney and we can share that and be all together and the whole 9 yards, I think that's a big draw for me, not just the park.
Right.
You know what's bad? Is when you can feel the kernel stuck in your tooth, and you put your tongue on it, but then you can't find where it is in your mouth. No.
Lady Jamer says Peeps are made in Pennsylvania.
Delicious. I love Peeps.
So it's awesome that we can go. There's not everybody can.
Agreed, 100%.
We got to admit that we've kind of, as crazy as we are, we've kind of built our life around that Disney, and we plan and we tweak and we do all these things to get there. But there are some families that it's a once in a lifetime trip for them.
Yeah.
And I know Disney does have some of those special offers, but those are typically the people that miss the special offers. They don't get the special price breaks on the room or the free dining because they haven't done it enough.
Kids dine free right now, if FYI.
Right. I mean, or they don't watch the streams. I mean, how many people honestly kind of started watching YouTube to try to, well, how can my next trip be cheaper? And you start watching, then you're like, oh, there's Resort TV 1. Oh, look, there's Lena. Oh, look, there's, you know what I'm saying? And you're just, and then you start learning little tips and tricks and, you know.
100%, I agree with you on that.
Mike Wheeler's telling the world about your new song. Oh my gosh, Kelly. Why are you trying to tackle your wife's teeth? She's like,
you're a fish killer?
What was that?
That's the zoo down below.
No, it was me. I have my feet up on this thing. And okay, so here's what it is. It was a napkin holder, because I was trying to figure out how I could attach my phone to where you guys could see on top of my phone. And so I tried to clip it onto a napkin holder and then stick the napkin holder over the desk monitor. And it didn't work. So,
the things that happen when I'm not home.
Look.
Hey, at least you didn't take apart your gimbal again.
No, but I did.
What?
Did this.
Again?
I say at least you did not.
On this. And so I tried to fasten it onto this thing. So I'm like, oh, I can angle it. Well, then it's heavy, so it kept dropping. So then I So then I took this thing off. This thing comes off. Did you know that?
I do know that.
This thing came off, and I wire tied it to my phone, and then I tried to stick it on, but that didn't work because when it went down, you could see all the little leg thingies. But I did figure out that if you have your feet on two uneven grounds, you just open these things and it drops down to the floor, and then you close it and it holds your.
You're so pretty.
My stream was a train wreck
So
today.
pretty.
Kelly's about to
Fun
have
fact,
a brain
Mama.
aneurysm over here.
It was awful.
Fun fact, Mama functions about as well as I English. Cargo.
We love you, Cargo.
Oh, Lord.
Mike Wheeler, thank you for my theme. I needed that.
Spencer, I'm going to be a rich woman when I figure out how in the world to get an easy setup for your overhead camera.
Yeah, I had one for you. You broke it.
Well, you didn't make
take
it
your
very well, then,
tripod,
did you?
And you take the phone PC thingy off of your Joby thingy mabobber, and you screw it in there, and you put your phone in it. That's how I do all of mine.
I
yes,
think
Kelly.
Where do you buy thingamabobbers?
Best Buy.
Best Buy has thingamabobbers.
$25.
If I go ask them for a thingamabobber,
And you will.
I'm going
It's called
to.
Adobe. It's
Oh,
called
Adobe thingamabobber.
A
Joby.
Joby.
Adobe thingamabobber.
It's over by the gimbals, actually, because
Pam's-
I found this instead of the gimbal.
Pam's so entertained. She's like, I'll be back. I gotta go put laundry in.
So,
Fill in the love, Pam. Fill in the love.
And it's even like a little mini tripod that this is how I film some of my videos. I just prop it up on my computer.
That's cute.
Nice. Hey, you do what you can do, right?
Right?
Yeah, but I needed to stand over, not on the table.
That's with the stand and with the big arm and
Oh.
And then this piece unscrews off, and then you screw it down onto the tripod.
I'm just glad the buttons on the tripod still work.
I'm like,
Cargo yells to hubby, baby, I
buttons on
need
the
you to
tripod.
take
There
me
are
to get
buttons
one
on
of
the
those
tripod. You
$3
know that, right?
Jobies at the buck store from Mama K. Lady Jamer says mine came pretty. I know I got the mini Moza Minime's got a nice little tripod on the bottom of it that I keep on ours so we can pop it out anytime we need.
where? What?
No, don't touch the gimbal. Not allowed to touch the gimbal.
No, Mama, you take apart gimbals. Quit.
I do. Cargo's got my back. It's good.
The time that Mama took apart the gimbal, sorry, this is a
Oh my
whole new
God.
sidetrack, is actually the first time I watched Preserving the Magic.
Oh no, that's bad.
And now we're besties.
It's so bad.
Here's the fun part was you wouldn't believe how my phone was blowing up. Mama's taking care of taking apart your gimbal. You need to get home. Get home.
Oh, jeez.
As I'm telling everybody, shh, don't tell
it.
Kelly.
Dances with
They
Goofies.
sold me out.
There are 2 different sizes, believe it or not. You got to be careful.
Yeah, so then what? So you have the wrong screw size. So then what? Then you get out the duct tape and you get out the baling wire and you make it work.
So Kelly, she's gonna end up needing a new phone, or the fire
Don't be
department's gonna
silly.
be called. One
Hey.
or both.
They know her by name.
Shut up, not this fire department. The last one did.
Oh, we had to move because they all knew her.
It's not a lie. I'm just saying.
I'm your good alibi. I didn't see you do anything, Mike says.
Oh, Mike, you got my back, buddy. Cargo says
Sorry,
I
I
didn't
did.
rat you out.
Because it wasn't me.
Back onto the topic of the stream.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We all get really quiet.
So, okay. Kelly, you think they're gonna have a whole nother price increase in October?
I think so because it's going to be the beginning of the 50th anniversary.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
People in the UK can already book for 2021 at that point. There's vacation packages have already come out, and they said that it's double per person what it is this year already before
Really?
the price increase.
That's scary.
That is scary.
That is scary.
Sam had a thought. They haven't done one of those 24-hour events since like 2015. They could take the 50th anniversary and make it a separately paid event because people will pay for it, and make a 24-hour event with rare characters. Kelly.
When was the last time you saw the park open till midnight?
No lie.
New Year's Eve and the day before.
And before that,
It was not.
Score.
you can't buy a park ticket. This I have a burr under my saddle about. I buy a park ticket for a day. Let's say I want to go to Magic Kingdom for a day. Let's say I'm
Let's hear
saving
about it.
money and I buy a single day park ticket and I buy it for Magic Kingdom. And I'm new to this game and I buy it and they say 6 o'clock, get out.
You're
We have
gonna
a
be
special
pissed.
event tonight. If you would like to stay, you can give me another $150.
Clean
Yeah.
your
If
ears.
there's tickets left.
Hold still and clean your ears.
Did you take your medication today?
Shut
Did you
up.
take my medication today? Just checking.
Why am I married to you?
Because you love me.
No.
It's Valentine's Day. Mwah.
Mm.
Kelly, did
Okay.
you see in Mama's stream I said that you got her a month-long trip to Disney for Valentine's Day?
Dang, I missed that in my stream.
No, that's not for her. That's for me.
Oh.
So you think. I agree. Tina says
Yes.
I think they'll celebrate 50th all year.
Yeah.
They did.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll start in October and they'll run that all the way through the following
Yep.
year for sure. They'll milk that.
As long as they can.
There'll be Mickey's with 50 on his chest and they'll sell you everything they can. It's his 50th anniversary. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Spitzer says yes. What if
What
you
if
get
you-
cut off?
Oh, what the timing for like a prepaid event?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
We witnessed it in
Oh yeah,
August
I have
last year.
too. I have too.
You're standing there at the town hall or the wherever and people are in there and they're hot. I mean, they're mad. I paid for my family 7 people to be here and you're closing the park at 6 o'clock. Are you kidding me? And they're like,
We have a paid event. Would you
we
like to
can-
buy a ticket?
Yeah.
No,
and
I would not like
he's
to buy a
like,
ticket.
oh, the guy was like, I got 6 people. I can't afford another $1,000 for 6 people to come and
Right.
stay for another 2-hour or 3-hour event. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I
felt
agree.
sorry for him. I felt very no.
Yeah, we got. Well,
Talk
there
much?
one of the after hours events. There was one on January 6th, which is Sam and I's anniversary, and we had went back and forth on whether we were going to do that event or not. And we ended up doing something else, and I don't even remember what we did instead. We may have done Jingle Bell Jingle Bam instead, which was great. We loved it. But normally it was from 7 to 11 for the
Mhm.
after hours, but it was only 8 to 10. And
Right.
they wanted, here's the kicker, they wanted more than the 7 to 11
Yes.
because
Yes.
it was a premium time.
It's they're I'm telling you, I think a lot of people are going to just price them out of it, and people right now are willing to pay,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not going to be willing to pay that much more or that much longer. They're going to, instead of doing a trip every year, it's going to be every 2 years. Instead of their every 2-year trip, it's going to be a 4-year trip. And
Instead of staying in deluxe, we're going to stay value, or we're going to
Correct.
stay off property.
Right. Well, here's what's getting me. Have you looked at some of the prices at some of the value resorts on some of these dates?
They're about the same
Really?
as the moderate.
Pop Century. I've seen rooms, the cheap rooms for $480 a night.
Wow.
Cold.
$480
Yep.
a night.
Well, that's
Well,
when we were looking at
Pop is
going.
gonna be, I think they're raising Pop's
March.
prices now because of the
They are.
Skyliner, you know?
See, a lot of people have thought that there's going to be a new middle tier for resorts, and I don't know anything. This is just what I've read online. That you'll have values, and that will be the all-stars. Then you will have value plus, and that will be Pop, Art of Animation, and Caribbean Beach, because they are Skyliner. Riviera might be like a moderate plus, and they're going to reframe all of the resorts to fit these new categories.
Pop is a Skyliner.
Yes, Pop has a Skyliner. It's on the bridge in between Art of Animation and Pop Century.
So, you know who's going to love that the most?
Who's that?
That's going to be the hotels that are around the park that aren't Disney.
Yep, exactly.
because you
Well-
can find rooms for $100 a night, $95 a night right now,
Yeah.
and you're 5 miles from property.
Seen amazing. Go to Facebook and search Verlena, VERLENIA Hall with Magical Enchanted Vacations, and click on Get a Quote. That's my travel agency Facebook page. I'm an independent contractor, and we'll chat, and we may be able to find you some sort of deal and maybe the dates you're looking for. Because sometimes they have blocks of rooms reserved and they drop them. So get in touch with me and we'll chat.
I would definitely tell somebody, if you're looking to plan a trip at this point,
Hello.
at this point, I would definitely book my trip around prices more than I would dates.
Well, in 2018, when Disney announced that they were going to start charging for parking at the resorts, Sam and I, that's the year we went to Universal. We totally changed everything about our trip. And I was calling around to some of the different hotels, like on iDrive, around Universal, around Disney. And one of the managers goes, okay, you've got to tell me. I've had 25 calls about if we charge parking. I go, oh, yeah, Disney released this morning that they're going to be charging parking. She goes, awesome. I'm calling my boss because apparently they were an independent, like a franchise. She's like, we're going to offer anyone who moves their reservation and shows us proof, we're going to offer them a free breakfast ticket for every morning that we're there. And I'm going, they're going to get some pretty good business out of that.
Right.
A lot of people were hot to trot over that. And even that has went up. And I'm like, why are you charging me more to park my car?
Yeah.
I get it. It means you can leave. It means you can go do other things. You're not enclosed to the Disney bubble. But then you just call a Lyft or an Uber to do the same thing.
And if you think about it, that may be why they've had to charge for parking, because now you got Uber and Lyft, and they're not doing things like staying on property. They're not doing things like.
Thank you, Jeff.
Well, I think they were trying to cut back on all the traffic too at the resorts. That's what they were saying. That's why
that's probably very true. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I could see that. I mean, the trip in August we drove. Was it August?
Geeking out with
No,
Molly.
March.
Welcome in
March of
anyone
last year.
who I've missed.
They were charging for parking March of last year when we went, and we drove down for that trip.
Yeah.
So 2019, March of 2019, we were.
Yes, they would have been.
Yep. They were charging for parking. And we were able to absorb that. We didn't know that they were charging for parking, and it was a last minute instead of flying driving. So
Yeah.
Lena.
Did you know that if you have a handicapped placard, you do not pay for parking at all?
What? Where at?
That's interesting.
Any
We
of the
didn't know
resorts?
that.
Any of the resorts? Just
we
show them that
paid
you
for
have
parking.
Yeah, we pay for parking.
Just if you get your handicap placard and show them, you will not pay for parking at the resort. They have complimentary handicap parking. It
Did
is so
not know
popular.
that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's good. Can I
That's
help
serious
you?
money.
Daddy, I
Half
love
of the
you.
zoo.
Oh.
The other half of the zoo is not in here yet.
So the
And did you know that Universal is now offering shuttle between Universal and Disney?
What?
Really? That surprises me.
where are they doing that at?
Superstar shuttles. They drop you off at the TTC.
Really?
Yep.
So is that one way?
They'll offer it round trip. I think it's one price, one way. It's one way pricing, or they have round trip pricing. But a lot of people have said that they'll just use it because it runs pretty early, and it's like a big 15-passenger van, and it depends on how many people in the vehicle, how much it ends up being. So they're like, we'll get together a whole bunch of people in like the lobby, and we'll plan a day, and then we'll just all use Uber or Lyft to go back.
That's interesting. Huh.
The handicap thing interests me. Yes, Mike, I agree. Yeah, we didn't show our placard. So
note to anyone in the chat, if you are handicapped, if you have a handicap placard for your car and you are going to have a car at Disney World, and you're on property, and you're staying in a part resort, make sure to have that handicap placard. You will not pay the resort parking fees.
I agree, Spencer. Tanks are outrageous. You should not take your tank to Disney. They don't like.
Tina McNeil said Universal has always charged for parking. That is because Universal does not own the resorts that are on their property. They are owned by Lowe's Resorts. They are affiliated with Universal as they are on their property, but they are not owned by Universal. So Lowe's Resorts is charging that parking fee, not Universal. Disney owns their resorts, so because they've never charged for parking, that's why there was this big outrage. A lot of people said you could have just built it into the price per night and not said a word, and no one would have said anything. But true. because they said we're charging this additional amount per night on top of your room, that is what made people mad, and that's what caused the uproar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I think they're trying to cut back on the cars that are on the property.
Yeah.
So if they hadn't mentioned it and just raised the room prices, you'd still have the same amount of cars, you know? So.
But then, I don't know, because a lot of people, if they get a rental car, they figure like, okay, well, this is how much my room is. Is it really worth it now?
Yeah.
Samuel Hall, but the gas mileage on an Abrams isn't that good. Just saying.
Lena, you're about to show up in style.
Great. That's okay.
You might have a little...
When I go see Angela, he wants to send me to her house in a limo. So
who does?
Sam.
Nice.
He wants to send me to your house in a limo.
Nice.
Just wait, Mama. When we get everything figured out, who knows what he's going to have planned then?
Yeah.
So
you see me rolling my eyes.
Talking about the prices, I will tell you, we still intend on buying an annual pass this year.
I wondered.
We still plan on it
too. To be honest.
Well, considering we were like 8 days into the new year and already used 2 of our military tickets, we only have 4 left.
Well,
we're going to go
Not yet.
more than that.
Oh.
Where were you?
What? Wait. What? That was last year, wasn't it?
No, January. We just came back from Disney just a few weeks ago, my love.
Oh, it seems like so long.
AIM with Agency Magic TV says, will they eventually charge for Magical Express? I can see it happening.
Hey, Sam's sending cargo a private plane.
Yeah, I hope not.
I can see it happening. It'll make a lot of people mad because, again, it's been this free service. But I can see people doing it.
I think they'll lose business left and right by doing that. They might as well just get rid of the Magical Express because, let's see, you're going to make me pay to get on a bus that I may have to wait an hour for it to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can call an Uber that'll be there in 10 minutes and pay probably less.
True.
Well, here's the thing. There's this rumors of this train that's going to take people from the airport to Disney. Have you not heard about that?
We can't get them to add to the monorail. They're going to build from Orlando Airport to Disney a train.
Yep. It's like an Amtrak style train that'll Virgin, I think, is sponsoring it. Let me look it up.
I haven't heard about that from Miami.
Now, see, that would be Disney style, letting somebody else pay for it.
Yeah.
And using it. Now that's what they did for the World's Fair. Look at all the attractions they built. Yeah. Other companies, people money.
Virgin Trains plans Walt Disney World MCO stations. It would integrate with their current transportation system and theme parks. It will be a 20-mile expansion to Walt Disney World and will also include a stop at another station.
Wow.
So if they do that, they may, and people can pay a little bit extra to go on the train. They may end up starting to charge people for Magical Express if they start losing people. Kelly,
I don't want to do it.
What?
Because this is what I see. They're going to take you from the airport to a train station. You're going to get off the train station, have to get your luggage, or they're going to take care of your luggage. Maybe that's like Magical Express.
They'll take you to the transportation.
They're not going to take you to your resort.
Right. They'll take you to the transportation
Yeah.
station,
And-
of which you have
So
to
now I
take
got to
from
get on.
there.
I got to get on to the transportation station. Then I'm gonna have to get on a monorail, or I'm gonna have to get on something else that takes me to another resort. So now instead of me being dropped off at my resort, I've got to stop and get there.
yeah.
I'm back to give me an Uber for $25 and I'm there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a co-op between Florida and Orlando Travel with Virgin, and
Oh.
the train is going to be at the airport. There's going to be it's like you get off the escalator and you walk to Magical Express. You get off the plane and you walk into the train station.
Wow.
But again, Kelly's right. How does your luggage factor into this?
Right.
But then there's a lot of people who abuse that luggage system as well. Because technically Disney says you must get on the bus for them to take your luggage. People will tag their luggage and grab an Uber and leave. So I think that either they're going to start getting more strict with it, or they're going to charge you if you don't get on the bus, because they know you get on the bus because they scan your Magic Band.
Right. That's true.
True.
They know if you're on the bus or not. And somebody said, don't, because I'm on Disboards a lot, and they said, yeah, they took people's advice and just left their luggage for Magical Express to take. Well, it's not Magical Express, it's Disney, but and they got an Uber, and they had to wait 2 days for their luggage because Disney, according to them, they weren't on property. They didn't get there because they didn't scan their Magic Band at Magical Express.
Yep, you gotta do that.
Jeff says, I am afraid of trains.
Okay.
And we all get real quiet off of that.
Okay.
I think what
Jeff
it boils
says I
down to. Go ahead, Dad.
Jeff says I like the Magical Express. I
Me
like
too.
the Magical Express. The only time I've had a bad experience is we literally had to wait almost an hour for one.
We
And-
did. It was
And then we were the last resort that they dropped off at, and it was like, oh my gosh,
we're
this
never
is taking
going to get
forever.
there. Yeah.
And when you've got kids and you're taking that end of the
And
night
clowns.
flight and clowns.
He's
We don't
scared of clowns.
clowns.
too.
Just afraid of clowns too.
Oh, we're gonna
Dude, I
put you.
totally know
We're
what
gonna
to
put
send
you
you.
and Zip in a room with clowns. and balloons.
Lots of red balloons for Jeff and Zip.
When you got kids, so when you got big families, right? And you got all these kids, and you got 3 kids with you. Are you gonna fly at prime time? Or are you gonna fly at the late night flight or the early bird flight? You're gonna fly the one that's the cheapest, right?
Right.
Especially when you got a family of 4 or 5.
Right.
So here you are, it's 10 o'clock at night, and you're waiting an hour for Magical Express.
Yeah.
Cargo says, except they don't scan Magic Bands for Canadians because we don't get our bands till we reach the resort and actually check in. Cargo, you are supposed to get a letter from Magical Express, the one that has your luggage tags in it, and they are supposed to scan that. They either scan your band or they scan that paperwork. They are supposed to.
Monkey.
Supposed to.
And you're supposed to have that paper to board, because you have to have. They have started enforcing the paper to board, even going back to the hotel or going back to the airport on the way home. And if you don't have that paper, they will not let you on.
Yeah, Cargo said, however they give you a paper. Yep. We're still talking about Jeff being scared of trains.
Poor Jeff.
So you can kill a magical experience by adding too much, charging too much.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes about the stockholders and not what the original intent of Walt had,
Agreed.
you start losing that magic, whether you think you are or not. Disney's still a very magical place. We love it. It's our favorite place on earth. But when you start trying to please the shareholders more than you try to please the people that are coming, you're taking advantage of the people that love Disney and what Disney's all about.
Right.
Agreed.
And you will start to lose those people because, let's be honest, talk to the 14, 15-year-old kids out there right now versus 14, 15-year-old kids back in the 80s. When you say, if you could go anywhere to your world you want to go, what did kids in the 80s say? I want to go to Disney. What do they say now?
I want to sit in my room and play my video game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'll just keep doing that. Makes more room for me.
yeah.
Jeff Orangeburg says that Tina McNeil, the only thing that scares me is on the upper right-hand side of the screen. So Angela scares Jeff the most.
Oh, okay.
The duck.
Yeah, he better be scared of me.
Sam says Jeff's smart. Very smart.
Fella, please tell me you didn't take your phone in the shower. Oh,
Ain't no bowl of rice back enough.
that might be too much information.
Love you.
So that's the only thing I got to tell Disney. I mean, when we went in the early 2000s and the magic was still there, you felt it when you walked into the park. And now you got the dads walking around with shirts that say "most expensive vacation ever." You've got people that are just stressed because I've got to get as much into my Disney trip as possible. I paid all this money. By God, we were listening to the last trip. We were just walking around listening to people, and you hear parents say the strangest things. You'll play with the toy. I bought it. You're going to like it. Have fun with it. Really? Yeah, I'm going to have a good time now, Mom. Thanks.
Yeah. I brought you to Disney. This is your seat. This is your trip. This is your Christmas present. You're going to like it.
Wake up. Wake up. It's only 9:00 at night. I don't understand why you're tired. We've been here since 7 in the morning. Enjoy this time. Lena.
Angela knows this because I mentioned it while we were on the trip. Those shirts bug the HE double hockey sticks out of me. And I went up to a guy and I said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I don't remember exactly how I phrased it, but the gist of it was, if your family died tomorrow and all you had left was the pictures and your shirt says "most expensive day ever," how would you feel?
You really walked up to somebody and said that?
I did. I was, because
God.
he was one that was bitching and complaining about how much somebody cost.
Grumpy.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they was grumpy about his wife wanted this. It was like $15 for something, and maybe I don't know if it was food or if it was a souvenir or something. And she walked off, to pay for it anyway. And I just said, "Can I ask you a question?" He just kind of looked at me like he probably thought, "Does she need directions?" Because I have no idea where I am. And I asked him that, and he kind of looked at me like, And then he goes, "Honey, I don't like my shirt."
I don't like my
Unfortunately,
shirt.
Tina, you are correct, but
Agreed.
they will not go backwards. You're never going to see Disney go, "Folks, we miss you. We're gonna lower our prices."
The only way if that would happen is if we have another earth-shattering catastrophe like 9/11. And I wouldn't wish that, because prices for a deluxe were cheaper than a cheap low season value.
Part of the reason Disney did that was because America needed healing.
Agreed.
I will
But they
tell
also
you,
lost a lot of people because people are afraid to travel.
they were very much afraid to travel. They were scared. They didn't want to go anywhere. Everybody wanted to stay home. You had the market bust of 2008 where nobody could afford to go anywhere.
Yep.
Excuse me. So
Yeah.
there was a time frame there where they kind of held everything and they profited from it.
Mm-hmm.
They did very well because it was affordable, because people did feel safe to go to Disney, that Disney provided that comfort to people, that they could go there and feel like, I am in this, not only the most magical place on earth, but I'm probably in one of the safest places on earth. That was just what Disney did, and it went well for them, and it allowed them to explore, do more, go forward with other projects, Pandora, and all these other things. And now they're like, okay, well, the world's a great place. Let's raise our prices.
Karga says, "Well, I didn't go to Disney that year because I was pregnant." So there's that.
I could see that.
I see why you didn't go then, Karga. But no, I honestly think, and I think that you have your Disney diehards, and I am one of them, that are going to still go. But I also see the families who, like Kelly says, they've been saving for 2 years, 3 years. They've got that big jug of change in their living room, and it says vacation or it says Disney, like on a piece of paper on it. And they're sitting here they're tapping their fingers on their desk or on the armchair of their couch. They're looking at their spouse and they're going, honey, is this worth it? What, is there something, maybe they already have plane tickets. So they're going to go, okay, what else can we do instead of going to Disney? Or maybe we cut, like Kelly says, maybe we cut down our trip, to less nights, and they still end up doing something else because they already have their flights booked. Or maybe because they don't have their flights booked, they go on a whole nother tangent. Maybe they end up going on a cruise. Maybe they end up going and touring, the national parks. Maybe they do something else. I think that there's still going to be a very large influx of people to Disney. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this is going to take it from being these big crowds to like no one. That's a paid event, and even those are gaining in popularity. But there's also this group over to the side, and I think that group's going to grow, and it's even going to include some of the Disney diehards who are up to here with the price increases.
First off, Cargo, I'm glad Mr. Cargo was able to straighten that situation out. That makes me laugh. Lady Jamer said, I went in October 2001, was able to see everything in one day at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, the park attendance was down. Tina McNeil says, my first trip, I heard a mother screaming at her child and dragging her by the arm saying, you'll have a good time. This trip costs a lot of money. It's crazy. But here's my thing. When it costs a family of 4 or a family of 5 what it would cost to buy a new car to go to Disney, you got to start going, what if I need a new car? It's you're putting people in a position where they got to go, let's be honest. Tell me about retirement and what people are thinking of retirement right now. What could you do with a retirement as a 30-year-old person putting $10,000 into a retirement fund? Where would you be when you're 55?
Exactly.
But I went to Disney a lot.
Okay, that's what your father-in-law's been trying to tell you.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But I have a retirement, and I have a retirement plan, and I have military retirement and work retirement, and how much more I have. If I have more, you're just gonna spend it.
But you have to live too, right? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I want to stay young. I don't want to be old right now.
People, I'm not going to say you, it could be anybody, may not even make it to retirement, right?
Know that there's
Are you saying I'm old? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Kelly, we're saying you're old.
What?
I have an orange bird on my
orange bird.
Yes, she knows there's an orange bird on her glasses. So I agree with you, and that's kind of where I've come to the point of. I will tell you, last year was a big kind of breaking point for Mom and I. We got in the car and we drove to California to see my family, and it was just Mom and I. And by the time we were done with the trip, we were like, wow, that was another animal on her glasses.
Now she has a purple dragon on them.
She's a
nice
girl. You've got to bring those when we all go, because
we need to wear them
for a whole day.
But it was eye-opening for Mama and I, because
eye-opening for Angela.
That's a bad dad joke. That's a bad dad joke.
Jealous you didn't think of it first.
We had that moment of, we didn't have the kids. We actually were like, you know what? Our kids are almost all grown.
Yeah.
All gone. We can continue with the grind and continue with what we're doing. But we decided we want to live. We want to do things that we enjoy. And that kind of changed our whole outlook on things. And then we go to Disney. And then we
Kelly, did you hear this while you were in? Live like he deploys tomorrow? Or did that come after you were out?
What?
Sam's unit had a saying, live like he deploys tomorrow. Did you guys ever hear that when you were in, or was that after your time?
No, because I was deploying tomorrow all the time. That
Yeah,
was,
that ain't no lie.
we were living it.
So I mean that that's another thing, and with Sam, he did chemo for the first year of our marriage, or the first 6 months he was at boot camp. Then he decided to do chemo. So
I will tell you,
As if he had a choice.
the two friends, coworkers that I worked with over this last year that we've lost. One of them was 5 years younger than me, had a son still in high school, literally got sick, went to the hospital, went to sleep, and never woke up.
Wow.
This gentleman, 1 year older than me, almost to the day, went to the hospital because he was sick, went to sleep, and never woke up. You have to live today like it's your last day every day somehow. You need to do that. Doesn't mean you go spend all your money and go to Disney every week, but what it means is I didn't
Count
mean
me
that
out.
like you go in every other week, Angela. That's not what I meant. But what I'm saying is,
Kelly.
Hey,
you need to tell people.
Yes. I mean,
Tell people you love them, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Live and be happy, because you can be miserable all day long, and the last thing you're going to remember is I was miserable. Why was I miserable? I made myself that way.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we still put money away for retirement, okay? But we have laminate countertops. All my friends in the neighborhood have beautiful granite countertops, beautiful cabinets. We have like builder grade cabinets and laminate countertops. They work just as well. I go to Disney, so instead of putting in granite countertops, we still have our laminate and we go to Disney. That's just how we choose to spend our money.
I go over to my friend's house and rub their countertop and go, "This is a nice Disney trip."
Right?
I'm just that way.
That's awesome.
No, I'm okay with it.
Amy, yeah, it is kind of scary. I mean, that was my whole thing, and it just kind of brings you to a little bit of reality when it's right there next to you. Look at our friend Pete McDevitt.
Yeah.
He went to Disney, and the next 2 weeks later, the next thing you know, he's very ill, and they were giving him last rites. I mean, all the prayers from all the wonderful people in the chat and everybody that we know, I'm sure were helpful, but it makes you take a second look and say, hey, I need to spend that time with my friends. I need to spend that time with my wife. I need to enjoy a little bit of life, because we don't know how much life we have. We don't have that little, what was that movie when you have you ever see that movie? There was a movie where you had little dots on your arm and it told you what your life expectancy was.
Oh, geez. No,
if you had, like a near miss, almost got hit by a car, one of the dots went away. And and you could save somebody's life by giving them one of your little dots. And it was, it's kind of, you don't have that. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Live, do some things, be happy, be smart. I mean, you can't sell your house and live in a cardboard box and go to Disney 3 times a year.
But couldn't you?
You would.
Then you'd have to get rid of all your craft supplies, Mama. And they can come right. They can come right to my house.
They come right to your house. I mean, think about it.
Do
for
you
half a
have a
second. If I go
U-Haul?
to Disney.
I can get one.
The move to Disney is going to be interesting, because that's what's going to happen is we're going to have a U-Haul for our stuff and then one for the craft room.
That's pretty much the truth.
No, you'll have this small little tiny one for your stuff, and then you've got one of the big huge semi style for Mama's craft room.
That's true.
Yep.
Amy from AJC Magic TV asks, do you think Disney might be catering to the foreign market, like Brazilian tour groups or etc.?
Oh no. Oh dear.
They may, you know what? That's data I don't think we have access to. And when I say that is, how much more are they paying for their trip? How much money is Disney making from them? If they're making more off them, yes, they probably are catering to them. Any good business person is going to say, this is a great market for me, and I am going to really focus on that market because my margin is 20% here, where if everybody else is 10%, I'm going to focus on the market that's 20% profit. So that's could it be? It very well could be, but that's probably data we just don't have. I'd be really guessing.
Right.
And Cargo says, nah, just leave the craft room as it is. That way she can move in and be ready for you.
You betcha, sister.
We'll take pictures at least, Cargo.
I told her she can move in.
I know you did.
Oh, wow. $1 US is equivalent of $4.36 in the Brazilian currency.
Huh. Wow.
Wow, that would make.
And so
Disney
we're complaining
really
about Disney
expensive.
prices.
Right.
Spencer Moore says, yes, Myers and the Mouse Orlando streams will be epic. I heard that. The move.
The move.
Well, everybody seems to really like it when we get in the car and drive places. So that'll be a fun drive to live stream. That's for sure.
It's the song and the move. Myers and Mouse and a canoe. Sorry, I was watching Veggie Tales on YouTube.
Good show.
Veggie Tales. Have you seen the hairbrush one?
I have.
Where is my hairbrush? Yep.
Oh, where is my
hairbrush?
Okay. Dancing Sleeping says, one thing, as a travel agent, we can't see foreigners' Disney tickets. They have to buy them themselves direct from Disney. We can do everything else but tickets. That is correct. And I don't know about Canadian tickets, though. I think we could still do the Canada stuff, but not like Canada and Mexico. But outside of that, we can't.
Tell us, Cargo.
Yeah, Cargo. As a travel agent, can I book your tickets, or do you know?
Rocket Robin says, Mama Mouse craft for Disney discount trips, maybe.
Mama can just sell her craft room to pay for more Disney trips.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
Kelly?
Love it.
I could sell my crafts that I'm making.
Mama, I'm doing a no-spend March for craft supplies. Do it with me.
What?
A no-spend month. We don't buy any new craft supplies in the month of March.
What are you laughing about? It's been a long time since I've bought other than like tape and.
Kelly, I'm seeing you this weekend. I will smack you upside the head.
When's the last time you bought something for the craft room?
Today.
Tape.
2 days ago.
Tape.
And?
Tape.
And?
Oh, my glue gun.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, because it's $3. That's going to break the bank, baby.
Where's your little things you made today?
My ugly things.
Yeah, that's right, Dan.
So here's the question. If Mama sells crafts,
no one's going to buy that. It's ugly.
How many of these does she have to sell to go to Disney?
I don't know. Depends on how much you price them at.
Can you do a negative amount and still go to Disney?
O-M to the G. You did not go there. I'm going to TikTok your butt into the next county and leave my ugly.
Jonathan Chalk says, I'm not sure if U.S. agent can sell to you. Us agents can sell to us Canadians. Maybe if
USA agent.
Travel agent worked with us.
Yeah, yes, I can book for. I can as a travel agent stationed in U.S. I can book for someone in Canada. I know that for a fact. And Cargo just agreed.
Oh,
so
and are you serious?
Spencer Moore says that he'd buy one from you, Mama Mouse.
Oh, Spencer, you're so kind.
Especially when he bought some of my bookmarks.
Hashtag support Mama.
Y'all could have support Mom all day long. I've been supporting her for 27 years.
You know what? You know what?
Oh boy.
You can be replaced, baby.
Ding 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 ding. Round
right?
one. There we go.
Let's see. The old adage is I could trade you in.
This is gonna get ugly.
I could trade you in for 2 20-year-olds. I just don't think I could keep up. And that's when the little kid comes in and goes, bad trade, bad trade.
Buddy Jeff now.
He ran away. Jonathan Chung said, did Mama Mouse unplug the glue gun? Just checking for safety.
Oh. Nope, I didn't. Good call. Of course I unplugged the goo gun. What are you talking about?
Cargo says, I've booked through several American agents. The craft room is filled with Kelly's hard work. That's right, Spencer. And she's trying to burn it down again.
A bio break.
Rachel.
Stop it.
Kelly, you gotta stop.
That's awesome.
As a friend, just stop.
She keeps opening the door and I just keep walking through it.
No, but
Bad.
you don't have to. Just
everyone, Cargo's gonna come beat you up for that, Kelly. By the way,
I know, I'm in trouble with Cargo now. And
Bill Steffen says,
know you're in
Kelly,
trouble.
no.
It's fine. It's all in fun.
Hey, I just, for the record, she walked into the middle of a Walmart and went, does anybody want to buy a husband?
I auctioned him off. Not kidding.
Literally in the middle of Walmart
I'll
was
take
yelling.
$5 right here.
People
No
were
five?
stopping and they looked at her,
$4.50.
looked at
Mows the
me,
yard,
shook their heads,
$4.50.
smiled, and walked away.
It was awesome. It was the best moment ever in Walmart.
so there were no takers, is what you're saying.
No,
That's right. There
I
was no
even brought it
takers.
down to $1. And
I
I was like,
$1?
okay, forget it. I will pay you to take my husband.
I showed
Rachel.
leg and no one took me up on it.
Oh no.
I said, we need to move.
Rachel
Oh,
goes,
God.
and so what we have learned applies to our lives today. And Kelly, what have you learned today?
Nothing.
Or I'm sorry, Captain Duckbutt. What
Yeah.
have you learned today? Rocket Robin says, wow, Angela kind of changed.
She ran away.
Jeff, just for the record, not only do you look better, you smell better.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think so. Thanks for that reinforcement there.
I have your back always.
Thanks.
So Jeff, since you had to go run and destinkify, what are your thoughts on all the price changes?
Oh, we're back on that subject.
Like I said, I mean, you go to a concert, you get what? At most 5 hours worth of entertainment. And you're paying about $150 a ticket, right? You go to Disney, you spend $150, you get 15, let's just say 15 hours worth of entertainment if you stay there all day.
Win. Wait a minute. Win.
What?
Win.
So say
Park opens
your rope drop, 8 o'clock.
And they close the park at 6 for the extra little deal if you pay another $120, $230 for it.
No, you say you go on a day they're open from 8 to 11 or something like that.
Okay.
All right. You get entertainment, you get parades, you get fireworks. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me, I guess, is what I'm saying.
The entertainment's there. I'm going to pay it. I'm going to go. I just feel sorry. The one thing that it does bother me is kind of what I just talked about. The fact they're closing the parks at 6 o'clock and then charging another $120 for a ticket to hang out another 2 or 3 hours, that burns me. That burns me a lot.
I agree with that. Yep.
Karga says she thinks Shep would have bought you, Kelly.
I'm not sure I wanted that. It's kind of like going to jail and somebody going, I'll be your friend. Not sure on that. Love my brother Shep to death, but so Dances with Goofy, the most of the Kmart's near have been shut down for a while now. They're closing.
They're close here
they're
too.
closing one here. Actually, the distribution center for Kmart's closing near us as well.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for people who did not research and park close early. Yeah, I do too. I really do. And
Use the app,
we
my
talked about that
friends.
earlier, that we saw a lot of people very, very upset over it.
Mickey Sighting says they will probably downgrade this year to gold.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? We may second guess our decision when we buy our park tickets this year, or our annual passes this year.
Jonathan Chong makes a good point. The problem is they don't tell you half a year in advance that the park closes early the day you book to go. And with these date-based tickets, you're locked in, especially if you only have a small, like a 2-day park ticket, you only have 3 days to use it.
Right.
And before, if you had a package and you got in, your package started on Tuesday and you got in on Sunday, you could go to guest services and they'd give you the tickets early. They won't do that now with the date-based tickets because they start the day of your check-in. You can't get them early. Yes, Kelly.
Jeff, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
You ran away, Jeff. Where'd you go? He had to run.
Oh dear.
Mickey sightings. I heard Florida residents get to keep the same rate. Some of them.
Yeah, only platinum.
Only the top tiers. The platinum and the platinum plus.
Yep.
So the one that I have, but the other ones went up.
Yeah, my gold went up. Yeah. Yeah. So the platinum plus stayed the same, but the gold went up $20.
So what's the difference between the gold and the just regular platinum? No platinum plus.
Gold has blackout dates.
Right. But what's the price difference?
So the gold renewal for me was $630 and the platinum would be $800 and some. It's like a $200 difference.
And you get Florida resident.
Yeah, I get Florida resident rate. Yeah.
Because you have yours through DVC that they don't offer that perk anymore.
Right.
That way people in the chat know what's going on.
Wait, what was that? DVC doesn't offer
the perks for the annual pass anymore. When you buy new DVC, that's not one of the perks.
What do you mean?
What's not one of the perks?
If you buy DVC, you used to get a discount on your annual pass. Now
you were considered a Florida resident if you bought DVC. Now you don't. You don't get that anymore. Just because you own DVC now, a new purchase, doesn't mean you're considered a Florida resident.
Really?
Now let me ask you this: if you buy an old contract, are you?
It'll depend.
Oh, I thought so. If you buy an old contract, I know that specifically excludes you from the perks because that they don't want you buying resale, so they're trying to discourage that. But I didn't realize if you buy into DVC brand new out of the gate from Disney, you're blocked from getting the annual pass discount.
So even if you buy resale from Disney.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, but I just know because Sam and I looked into it when we were one of the times we took the DVC tour, and I asked, I said, "Am I considered a resident if I buy this contract?" And they said, "No, because you really don't own it. You own time.
Okay, yes. So you're not considered a Florida resident, but I think you still get the perk for the pass.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Mickey sightings. We're glad we made you smile tonight.
Wow.
I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
What happens when you fulfill your contract? Do you then own it?
No. You don't own it.
You're done.
You're done. You buy it again.
You've invested enough money to buy a small farm in the middle of Florida, but you don't own anything.
It fizzled away. Right.
Correct.
That makes me want to go be a DVC member.
It's just easier to move down there, if you ask me.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
only grandfather accounts that are original to the original owner get it. Yep. Disney hates resale. They usually will buy people's points back for that reason.
Yeah.
I just think it's smarter to just, if you're going to do it, just buy a house. Buy a house. Yep. I mean, think about that. If you buy $20,000 contract. Okay. And you do that 5 times in a lifetime. You
dramatic pause.
Like come close to paying for like over half a house or at least a house, you know, if you think about it.
Yeah.
If you're going to make payments on it, you might as well own the property. You can rent it and then you can make more money back on it. Then I don't know. I just have different feelings about DVC. I know some of the guys that we hang out with and love it. And for some people, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. I just think it's not right for us.
I mean, it's nice so that you don't have to maintain it or anything like that.
Right.
But and we like staying on property, but I don't think I would buy any more. You know, the points that we bought resale. I don't think we would buy before. So.
Yeah. Bill says that's why my wife said no. Hey, Amy says, when did you change, Lena?
When did that
I went
change?
on a tour in December. The guide told me I could get the gold pass if I bought the minimum points on the
So here's what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
I think that maybe we're confused with that. I think if you ask the question, am I considered a Florida resident? You're not, because as a Florida resident, you get like lower rates on college. I mean, there are a lot of benefits to living in the state of Florida, not just being able to get an annual pass. So maybe that's what they meant, Lena, that you're not
Potentially.
really resident. What's that?
Potentially. That could be it. There could have been just like a really like a missing communication.
That's what
So, like I said, none of us are, work for Disney or employed by Disney. So if you hear something that you think is wrong, 100% go check it out and tell the person say, hey, by the way, this is actually what it is. There was misunderstanding or miscommunication between you and the person, because then we know. I'm not above saying that I can 100% be wrong, or the person that we talked to could have been wrong.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, and here's the other thing. If you're buying from Disney, you may get a special deal with Disney, and they'll say, hey, if you buy this, we'll let you pay the Florida resident price.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to consider you a Florida resident, but because you're buying at that time, they may be offering that as a deal as part of the attraction of buying DVC.
Potentially. It could be something that they offer, as a perk at certain times to get you, like, as they think you're right on the edge, so they'll throw you a perk to, kind of reel you into it.
Right.
Cargo says, I know a woman in Canada that owns 8 DVC accounts. My goodness.
All
and
then the yearly fees.
Yes. So here's the thing with DVC, and we could do a whole show on that. But as far as DVC goes, you pay up front, but then every year you're paying maintenance fees too. I mean, that's
true.
We paid our maintenance fees. I had to write out a check for $1,600 this past month, maintenance fees.
Okay.
Every year we're paying $1,600 a year. That's like a couple weeks at a regular resort.
Yeah.
Think about that over 20 years.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money that you're not, all you're paying is on maintenance fees.
Yeah, we paid all that money up front, and we still have to pay maintenance fees every year. So
that's $32,000 just for anyone who wanted to know.
So
Angela's like, I didn't need to know that.
Dance's Goofy says something about, I think said something about having so we got a friend with a condo in Miami. Yeah. And that you live in it. Can I know your friend?
Right.
If you bought DVC way back when it was a good deal, now not so much. And I believe that. I think I think that's a very good thing. I've heard a lot of good things on the initial people that got into it when it first started.
Yes.
It was a great deal. I've heard that a lot. Yeah. Tina says, yeah, mine were $1,400, but room rates go up.
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, that's true. And depending on what kind of room you want, like Angela, like you said, this could be a whole nother, video or a stream, but like the rooms are so many points apiece, and maybe your 50 points can get you a week at Saratoga Springs or Key West because they're older and they're kind of more out of the way.
Yes.
But it'll get you one night, or not even, like at the Poly or Grand Floridian.
Right.
So
you decide how you use your points. Yeah.
I think it's if you're a person that likes to try the different parks and try the different resorts, you like the little more upscale stuff, I think you have a better opportunity with DVC. But when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, so a point's like how much? $110 a point sometimes.
Right.
And they went up to a minimum of 100 points now instead of 70.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, so I'm going to buy a point for $100, and it's going to cost me 30 points to stay at this resort. If I stay at Pop Century, it's going to cost me $300 less.
Right.
Why would I do it. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just me.
Yeah.
My math is a little different, I think, than some people's. But I don't care where I stay.
Yeah.
Lena's like, I got the calculator out.
This is now the minimum purchase price for 100 points.
I'm also a different kind of person too. For me, I don't care if I got a place to lay my head, charge my gimbal, charge my phone. I'm happy.
Shower.
Yeah. Well, I have to shower. Okay. But
You and Jeff.
I if I really want to get the ambience of a place, I'll go over to the Poly and I'll hang out at the Poly. I'll have a meal there. I'll enjoy the meal. I can afford the meal there because I stayed at Pop Century, and so for me, the ambiance of a place like the Poly's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I love walking around the Poly. I really do love that park, that resort. But if I'm going to stay there, what am I doing there? If I stay there and let's say I'm there 8 hours, what am I doing that 8 hours? I'm sleeping.
Right.
I'm not looking at the Poly. I'm sleeping.
I know. And see, what I like about the DVC rooms, and just for us, even if it's a deluxe, if it's a studio, because like Spencer said, we could do a whole show on this. In fact, I think we have Dreaming with the Mouse tomorrow. But I'm thinking, I like to be able to cook something in the room for breakfast. So with the studio, you get a microwave. So we bought these things that you can like make eggs in, like you make eggs in the microwave. And we do that. That saves us money so that we're not eating out for breakfast. So we'll make breakfast in the room. We like order food. But the studios are so much less points. So, it may be 50, I'm going to say like 30 points a night for a studio. As soon as you bump up to a 1-bedroom in the same resort, it doubles. So a 1-bedroom's like 60 points. And then a 2-bedroom's like 75. So when you get that full kitchen in there, that's when that price really goes up. Now, the only time we ever use a full kitchen is when we travel with another family. And then we make it a point to cook some meals in the room, like dinner and stuff, because you have to justify, because you are using so many points.
Yeah.
You have to balance it somewhere, and you figure, okay, I'm blowing all these points on this 2-bedroom villa, so we're going to do a couple meals in the house. As a group, we're going to make pasta and garlic bread, and you make it fun. And then you buy ice cream bars, and you have them in your freezer. So it does save you money from spending, at a character meal or whatever.
Sure.
And then you
Yeah.
can justify it. But those 2-bedroom villas and the 1-bedroom, they're a ton of points. A ton of points. So
Tina says 11 points a night at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So if I'm going to go for 10 days, I got to have 110 points at $100 a point. Worth it? Probably for Animal Kingdom Lodge.
yes.
Definitely. And I think, at some point in time in my life, I would like to stay at the Poly. I'd like to stay at Animal Kingdom. Not so much the Contemporary. I know, $12,100, right?
Yeah.
I not so much the Contemporary. I think the Contemporary is cool. But if I'm going to stay someplace, I'm going to stay at the Poly. I'm going to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That's like, those are awesome. Disney did amazing things there. That's worth me paying money for. But I just can't buy into the DVC thing.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. We bought our points resale. So we paid $60 a point when we bought our contract.
Nice. Now that's good.
And you also bought them before they put the new restrictions on them where you are grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Where current, if you buy resale, you don't get the perks like being able to go into the lounge and the Moonlight Magic and stuff like that.
That's right. So we bought a while back, and we're grandfathered in. We have the Saratoga, we paid 60 a point. Beach Club, we paid 94 a point, but that was still cheap. Beach Club,
Sure.
more expensive. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And laundry. Spencer Moore says, and laundry.
Cargo says pasta and garlic bread. I'm on my way. And Jonathan Chong says, don't forget Steve's toaster. And when parks close, you're locked in and can't go grocery shopping outside.
So what was that?
Jonathan Chong says, and don't forget Steve's toaster. And when the parks close, you're locked in and can't go grocery shopping outside. I think he's referring to like if there's a hurricane and you're confined to your room.
Oh, yeah.
You have the ability to have
Right.
groceries and more able to cook and things in your room.
Yeah, I get that. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. I think I better eat. I'm running out of energy.
The Gold Pass renewal was 611. See, I thought it was 632 beforehand. That's actually pretty good. Huh.
Hey, Mama, bring me a beer.
I was about to say, we probably need to go ahead and end. DisneyNet starts streaming in about 15 minutes on the DisneyNet channel. If you have not already subscribed to them, make sure to go over and do that and make sure to watch it. It's always a hoot. If you're having a bad day, you cannot have a bad day and watch DisneyNet. If you have asthma, make sure to have your inhaler close. You will need it. So, Kelly, we'll start with you. What do you got coming up on your channel?
We're going to be traveling this weekend. So we will be having our Myers and Mouse noon stream from a exotic location in Wichita, Kansas. But
I can see them.
so other than that, we're doing some other plans. You got Mama with Preserving the Magic on Wednesdays. Who knows? We've been doing a whole lot of different things. We've been on a lot of other people's streams here recently. Zippity Doodad just had his 1-year anniversary. We still have our 1,000 subscriber giveaway that we're working on as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. Other than that, we've got tomorrow night with these amazing people up here, Thursday night, Dreaming with the Mouse. We collaborate on some really cool stuff, talk about stuff. I don't know. We may be talking DVC tomorrow. I'm not sure. So we'll have to see how that goes.
You never know where it's going to go. You guys are hosting tomorrow.
It is our stream tomorrow, and we're weather dependent right now. If our weather does turn horrible like I think it's going to turn, we don't know exactly where we're going to be when. So we could be in Wichita. We may still be at home. We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty nasty in Kansas right now.
Oh, wow.
Nasty,
Angela,
just nasty.
Angela, what do you got going on Does Our Dream?
So Does Our Dream, we have Dreaming with the Mouse tomorrow. Saturday, we have our pin stream at 11. And then next week, we are headed back down to Florida. So,
are you taking Jeff this time?
Yes, all 4 of us are going. We're driving down on Wednesday.
Did he meet his goal? Wait a minute. Did he meet his goal?
I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to ask him. I haven't asked. I don't ask. So, but yeah, next Wednesday we drive down to Orlando. So we'll be down there for 5 days and then we're heading back. So, although Jeff is staying down there, so long story. So
was it because he smelled?
Yeah.
He promises he'll shower if you let him come home.
Yeah. It is a bad habit to get into when you work from home, that's for sure. So
I'm the worst at it. I won't shave tomorrow. I'm just kind of here.
Yeah.
Well, for me, vacation videos from December go up on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Every once in a while, I have a travel tip Thursday that pops up. And Wednesdays will start to be some random videos. Like today was my axe throwing experience at Blade and Timber. I did not lose any digits. And I actually came in second place, earning the nickname Constance.
Nice.
Because my favorite character is the bride from Haunted Mansion. There she is. And the first time I threw the axe, after getting instruction, I hit the 6 smack dab in the center. and worried Sam quite a bit. So he is now calling me Constance. Sunday is Craft and Chats, and this coming Sunday, will be on Myers and the Mouse. We're going to flip every other week. I need to get with Mama Mouse so that Dean can get it on the live place as a permanent schedule for us. And then Mama must have your other one. He can't hear? He's looking for, I don't know. And then Scrap Room Sundays at 5 p.m. What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't think he can hear. He can't hear? No hearing? No. Oh, okay. All right.
This is because Kelly is old and he's losing his hearing.
If you can hear me,
Hold on.
you.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Mama, did you take the earbud with you?
Hold on. This is going to be funny.
Can I have it?
He still didn't see it yet.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
There we go.
Hi. Kelly.
Yeah. He's so pretty.
He is so pretty.
It died. I think Mom was, I don't know.
All right. Thank you. I just thought that I had to, Kelly. It was just way too open for that. Dance with the Goofy is shouting, she said you are old and can't hear.
Thanks.
Oh, Amy thinks you need all the food from the Festival of the Arts.
Oh, that's what Jeff needs. That's what Jeff needs. And Kelly. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to these two awesome channels or myself, please make sure to do so. We're sending you over to the Diz and Nat stream. Tell them that Kelly, Mr. Hard of Hearing, sent you over. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.